We know Super Barch is strong in Legends League. Synthe finished 25th in the world last season whilst using it. We also know it's strong in Wars because we saw it used a plenty at the World Championship. So the real question now is, will it be strong at Town Hall 16? Synthe finished 25th in the world last season whilst competing at the World Championship, by the way, so kudos to him. And in today's video, we're going to watch some of his OP replays, but whilst they're going on, talk about whether Super Barch should be strong at Town Hall 16. Now, we don't know a lot about Town Hall 16 at this point in time. Nice Warden blip, by the way, from Synthe here. Yep, this Super Archer clone blip is going to wreck the core of this ring base. Good to see double Rage Tower ring bases get wrecked. It's good for the heart, I reckon. But anyways, we don't know a lot about Town Hall 16, but what we do know is that it is coming. Now, everything else in this video is going to be speculation, but I'm going to give myself a bit more credit than that because there are a few things that we can be reasonably confident about with Town Hall 16. Firstly, go watch the World Championship. Super Barbs were used so much. And why was that? It's because open bases are really, really strong. Super Wall Breakers are the strongest siege machine in the game, maybe the strongest troop in the game. And to counter that, all the players used open corner bases. What I mean by that, you see how this base has a lot of closed corners. It means that it's easier to wall break, but if you don't have the wall breakers, obviously it's bad luck for you. Now, closed bases do it right in Legends League, but in War, they are nowhere near as good as open bases because the open bases mean the super wall breakers can't go for reliable walls. Now, why is that important? Because if the meta is heading to more and more open bases, Super Barbs get more powerful. That's why they were used so much at the World Championship, because people weren't bringing the Super Wall Breakers because they couldn't get any value on the open bases. But what Super Barbs can do is take advantage of that when they run inside the base, as I'm sure you'll see Synthe do plenty of in today's video. So Super Barbs likely still going to be strong at Town Hall 16 because I don't see Supercell bringing any new walls with Town Hall 16 because Supercell have made it clear for years now that they're not going to make the village any bigger. And if they add 25 walls, there's not really a lot extra room on the village because you're going to have to add 25 tiles onto the base that will be covered by walls. So I don't see any new walls coming with Town Hall 16, which means more open bases and Super Barbs should still be strong. And as I talked about in a recent video we did, which is strategies you need to master before Town Hall 16, I'll link it above me, Super Archer clones should still be strong as well, with more OP defenses means more clustered cores and more value from one blip. So that's it for the Super Archer clone, and the Super Barbs should both be powerful, so why can't they be powerful together? This hit Synthe does here is really cool. Don't worry, we'll get back to the Super Barch chat in a second. Just want to watch this because this is a ring base, but he's not going to use the Warden ability, and that's something you really need to know with this army. When to use a Warden ability with your blip and when not to. I love the Super Barb that he uses in the corner here to pull the Titan over. He couldn't just put an Archer down because it would have died to the cannon instantly. But a Super Barb has enough hit points to pull over that pesky defensive CC Titan. So, as I said, but worth noting as well, Barbs and Archers at every Town Hall generally get an upgrade because with the hero abilities, you want them to be more powerful than the last Town Hall. So, Super Barbs and the Super Archers likely both get an upgrade as well. So we already have Super Barbs and the Super Archer clone blip likely being strong. We already have upgrades to both of the Super Troops, so why can't it get even stronger? Seeing the power of the Warden ability here, I'm obviously kidding because Synthe completely misses his King. Obviously, this still ends up being a triple. That King was running away. To be fair, the Warden's pathing is idiotic. Go back and watch. He has no idea what he's doing, but it does not matter because we've pushed with Super Archer clone the core, which is seriously tough. Now with Warden ability through the heroes, Monolith, and one of the multis in a second, and then it's just the RC and the Super Barbs to clear up the rest. Anyway, as I was saying, don't really have a lot more to say on whether Super Barch would be powerful at Town Hall 16 because don't really know a lot more than that, but I think the fact that the troops will get upgrades. Open walls are a thing. The heroes will obviously get upgrades. That's something else worth noting, although that applies to every strategy. and more powerful defenses, which will be hard to spread throughout the base, can only lead to this army still being strong. And it's one of the armies I'd recommend you practice before Town Hall 16, as I did in that video we linked earlier. Nice RC ability, and she will clean up the base. But let me know down in the comments, which armies are you practicing before Town Hall 16, and do you think Super Barch will be strong there as well? Nicely done from Synthe here, wrecking these 2 ring bases, one with a Warden Blimp and one without. Diamond base here. Diamond bases, I don't know if they're the hardest for Super Archer Clone Blimps or not, but I mean, they all seem to get tripled by it anyway. But this is why you bring the freeze in this army comp. You see, only bringing 5 invis, but that is more than enough to get the value you need, especially if you're only bringing 1 rage. If you're bringing the 2 rage single clone blimp, then you want to bring more than 5 invis. You generally bring 7, honestly. But if you're only bringing 1 rage, then it's only going to last for about 4 invis. So better off to just bring 1 freeze rather than an extra invis where your troops aren't going to be raged for it anyway. Slightly early on that last invis, but that's alright. Look at this. Just taking out so much of the base. Would have loved to get that multi down, and the rage tower probably would have gone down with it. If he did that, this base would have been properly crushed, but still, that is insanely good value. And he got the monolith on the top side as well, which was a little lucky, but you create your own luck if you're Synthe. Sui Hero is going to come around. What you want to do when you don't get a tough part of the base is generally Sui straight into it. You'd much rather take this part of the base down when your heroes still have their abilities versus when they do not. Rage Tower will go off here. Handy that we deal with the Eagle before the Rage Tower goes off. Imagine if that Eagle was raged shooting at our heroes. That would be a serious problem. King and Queen ability have gone off, so they're dealing with the toughest part of the base, and then we're being very patient with the Super Barbs. This is something Synthe is incredible at, just taking his time, holding onto the Super Barbs, because he knows the RC can take down most of the rest of the base here, bar the defensive heroes. So the Barbs just got to help tank for the defensive heroes and as many other defenses as possible. Queen is still alive as well, and the Titan. I didn't even notice the Titan. How much health has the Titan got? Yep, 1 HP. That's alright. RC's coming around from the left side. She's dealing with the scatter. Unfortunately, there's some ground skellies there. Probably could have sent in a Super Barb to help, but that's alright. Diggy doing its thing. And yeah, now we just swarm that defensive king. There's nothing he can do, and this base is tripled. I mean, this army, yes, it can be a little low skill, and I can understand why it infuriates a lot of people, but blame the game, not the player. It's not the player's fault that this army is OP, right? Just gotta use what's fun to you, and generally, what's fun to you is an army that can triple like this one, consistently. Final replay of the video, it is another diamond base. This wasn't going to be a whole long Super Barch video. We've done so many Super Barch videos on the channel. If you don't believe it, search up Blueprint COC Super Barch on YouTube. Yeah, we've got so many videos if you want to go have a look. I mean, look at the landing point for this Super Archer Clone Blimp from Synthe. He times those freezes on the sweepers perfectly. That's something that you definitely have to try out. But yeah, the real question now is, are you looking forward to Town Hall 16? Because I don't know about you guys, but I'm really looking forward to Town Hall 16. Nothing against Town Hall 15. I don't know. I didn't like spell towers. Obviously, they're not going away with Town Hall 16, but I'm hoping we get some upgrades to our troops, and there's some other bigger, badder defenses to deal with that come at Town Hall 16 to make the Rage Towers not as big a factor. On top of that, Town Hall 15 is just super difficult. I'm not expecting Town Hall 16 to be easy from the start. Generally, the Town Halls at the start are quite difficult. Going for the Town Hall with his king over here, by the way. I believe he fails this from memory. But just some new mechanics, some new attacks, taking down something new. I like seeing a new Town Hall about once a year. So we only had Town Hall 15 for 14 months. It was about 13 months too long. But I like seeing new strategies. We saw a lot come with Town Hall 15, particularly with the the rise of Super Barbs. They were always a thing, but they weren't used as much now. And also the E-Titan. Think of how different every attack strategy is because of the E-Titan. You see one in this army here. You see them in a lot of attack strategies. Basically, except the Queen Charge strategies, you will see an E-Titan and air spam, I guess. So hopefully we get some new troops. Let me know, what do you think will come with Town Hall 16? Don't worry, we're going to do a video in the next couple of days of what to expect at Town Hall 16. Won't be a sneak peek. The sneak peeks will be coming. I actually have no idea when, but they'll be coming at some point, I assume, this month. But we'll do what to expect at Town Hall 16, because we do have a few hints as to what could be there. But yeah, finishing off the base here. Beautiful attack from Synthe. RC. Hopefully her ability, that should be enough. No, leaves the scatter on 1 HP. Gotta love it. But that's it for the video. If you do enjoy this army, get practicing, because in my opinion, it's going to be strong at Town Hall 16.